Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Sarah Fauzi, my magic number is 281642, and I will be telling you the overview from this assignment. One of the most prominent palm oil companies is IOI Corporation Berhad. A plantation and resource-based manufacturing in Malaysia and Indonesia produce the bulk of the world's palm oil. As a result of their meticulous agronomic practices and hands-on management style, they are among the most prosperous of the world's largest plantation owners. The majority of their industrial output is involved in the processing of raw materials, and it includes refining oleochemicals and the creation of specialty oils and fats. Production facilities, both domestic and abroad, are well equipped to serve the needs of the company's client in more than 70 different nations.
Hey everyone, so my name is Muhammad Sultan with magic number 276438, and here I would like to explain about the first topic, which is the uncontrolled and indirect communication in the IOI Corporation official website. So the first is the controlled communication. So the IOI, they're providing information and insight related to the company with its success. The explaining and giving a transparency with a better exposure in how they manage the sustainability and business. They're providing the update of the share price and financial results in order to could bring the potential customer. They're using the transparency as one of the key to building a good relationship with the stakeholders and to minimize hoaxes. And the second is the uncontrolled communication. So the IOI Corporation had the uncontrolled communication well. The majority of the discussion on the internet is talking about the stock prices, the company profile, and so on. But however, in 2016 and 2021, the media discussed and gave a critique regarding of how the IOI had damaged and burned land, and the news regarding labor disputes and misery inside the company. And the last is the indirect communication. So the IOI did a direct flow of communication in delivering their message. They applying a clear explanation to make reader ease in understanding the meaning.
Now I will be explaining about Corporate Visual Identity System, or CVIS, and the application of CVIS. The proliferation of visual information in the modern world has led to a shift towards more visually oriented culture. Graphic design itself is the heart of the company's visual identity, and here's where the Corporate Visual Identity System comes in. CVIS includes company's moniker, logo, chosen colors, and catchphrases. When properly implemented, the CVIS supplies the visual language and discipline necessary to convey a company's visual identity in a clear and consistent manner. Building a corporate identity begins with communicating company values through website or company logo, IOI group logo, and also the name under the logo, images and photography to support company explanation. Also text that are mostly using serif font. The font that they are using is called CG times bold by monotype. Also have the slogan, which is a leading global integrated palm oil player. Colors that they are using is the shades of blue, and some shapes in the section to accentuate some titles. When comparing these elements which are shown on the slides, IOI Group website, we could presume that they are applying all the CVIS format and system to the website.
Hello everyone, I'm Ansar Rahmatullah and my metric number is 268932 and 2. And I will explain about the corporate culture. The first one is corporate philosophy. What is corporate philosophy? Corporate philosophy is corporate value, objectives, and instruction philosophy identified through the interaction of three factors, including the personal beliefs of the business manager, the desires and motivation of the employees, and the demand by the social environment. The second point, by the encouraging of the adoption of best practices across all of their operations, IOI is working to further integrate the practice of sustainability into their businesses. I will explain about the corporate values. The corporate values are the collections of guiding ideals and core beliefs that enable a team of individuals to work as a unit and toward a single objective. The second point is the corporate values is important. Company can more easily make choices, encourage cooperations, and assist Employees collaborate. Swiftly explain principles to clients and customers. His IOI has developed a systematic approach that manages their sustainability policies, guidelines, targets, and goals while implementing active risk management. The IOI missions is to achieve ethical and long-term commercial success by meeting the needs of all their stakeholders, showing compassion for the local community and the environment, and implementing best practices to compete globally. And for the corporate principles, the IOI company have 9 principles such as teamwork, customers, continual improvement, excellence, focus, prudent risk management, autonomy, people, and corporate social responsibility.
Okay, now we move to corporate guidelines. Corporate guidelines are used to minimize the problems or the issue in the company. Moreover, IOI Corporation, they do have these guidelines. So they have three types of guidelines, which are social management, environment management, and sourcing guidelines. Corporate history. If you think that reading history is boring, actually it doesn't apply to IOI Corporation history that they put in their website, because they use creative writing, which is just tells about the event or good event or big event that has been occurred in a year. So they're going to put that in their history. So it's not going to be boring at all. Okay. Founder of the company. So the founder of IOI Corporation is Tan Sri Datu Lin Sin Sheng. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. So the founder is a type of person that hard worker, discipline, and has a really good characteristic of a leader. So these characteristics can influence the employee that work in that place. Okay, now subculture. So subculture talks about the belief of the founder that can give loyalty and commitment to the employees in the company. So as I said before, that the founder is disciplined and hard worker, by having this kind of belief that if you are disciplined, you are hard worker, you can achieve everything. These things influence the employee that work in the company. Therefore, we can notice that IOI Corporation is a big company now. Not only now, but back then until now, because they do, or the employee implement the founder beliefs.
The behavior, IOI has established strong partnership with its stakeholders to support the creation of a more dynamic and sustainable ecosystem, and is working hand in hand with them to achieve sustainable solutions and outcomes.
I move to employee behavior. So, employee behavior in one company can influence the customer and stakeholders. If you talk about IOI Corporation, actually the way of the employees' behavior there are really good, because we can see the increasing of ESG, which is talking about the inventors that want to give a fund to company. So there are many investors that tend to give the fund to IOI Corporation because of the behavior of the employee that's really good. Of employee behavior, we do have management behavior, that actually the type of management or can have a significant impact on the corporate identity. So when we talk about IOI Corporation, it always comes up with a really good idea to develop their company, even employees, skills and so on.
Now, I will be explaining about the IOI group corporate structure. As you can see here, here is the brand structure from the company, which there are a lot of companies under IOI group, there are more than 150 other companies listed under IOI, but they are divided into three categories, which is there are plantation, resource-based manufacturing, and also others. As for the organization structure, there are board directors, which are only the names that are listed on the website. There are independent non-executive chairman, group managing director, and chief executive, and also non-independent non-executive director.
I'd like to explain regarding the corporate strategy. Actually, there are two strategies that I would like to explain. The first is the differentiation and the positioning strategy. The differentiation strategy, the IOI value proposition is different from other competitors that provides a market offering to produce higher customer value, raising the brand recognition in the retail sector by giving the quality to the products in the agriculture sector. And the second is the positioning strategy. So the IOI developing a clear, unique, and beneficial position for a product and of the target customer. So the brand positioning and product distinctiveness have grown in importance as a result of the corp's industry lower manufacturing costs, by maximizing the customer relevance and aligning the corporate image and effectively fit the company's strategy with the company present supply chain. Right now, I'd like to explain about the industry identity. The IOI Corporation built its identity as a company engaged in the palm oil industry. It also involved in various sectors. They're maximizing the output from their plantations while minimizing the inputs using an efficient and effective plantation management program. The IOI positioned itself as a CSR oriented to achieve a commercial success by addressing the interests of all stakeholders.
And for the issue, we have a corporate identity. Why the corporate identity is important for the IOI organizations? Because how the public perceives a business can influence its ability to attract customers and succeed. It makes the brand more recognizable and to the target market and potential customers, influencing them to choose the business over competitors.
Now I will be explaining about the critical analysis part, and the study itself is actually an analysis which we conduct to look at how a global palm oil company IOI group actually using consistent CVIS on their website. So there are a few steps that we took to do the critical analysis. The first one is selecting the content that we will analyze, which is the website itself, and the second one is define the unit and categories of the analysis, which we are using 7 dimensions of corporate identity by Melawar. And the next step is to develop a set of rules for coding. So the analysis itself is done by our group that consists of 4 people. Therefore, each of us decided on the 7 dimensions with the sub-dimension for each of us. The 7 dimensions are corporate communication, corporate design, corporate culture, behavior, corporate structure, industry identity, and also corporate strategy. The next step is to code the text according to the rules. So each of us focusing on our own part of the dimension, and we are analyzing each and every one of them by searching on the website and also looking through the website and also looking at the internet and Google. And the last part is to analyze the result and draw a conclusion. After getting all the data from the website and from each of the member, it is time to compile all of the information and to be put in a conclusion. And as for the result from our auditing process, the header from the website offers an organization more opportunities for applying their CVIS. The IOI website header is quite dense, combining graphic, logos, typography, and colors. The graphics are displayed are quite a lot in a various form, and it aims to give audience a better insight into the IOI group, which operates in several sectors, as well as slogan with large size that they are using serif font with all capital and giving corporate impression. And as for the text, a result in this assignment shows that IOI Corporation do apply text in their website header, and also other part of the website. They also use bold to accentuate few things in all capital forms. And furthermore, a result on the font color indicate that most part of the website are using white or black as their color font choices. Furthermore, the company using multiple portraits of the main subject depending on the section of the website. According to the result of the photo effects, a a colored photograph is typically utilized on the website. Besides photos, companies are also using other visual forms such as diagrams to provide original and authentic information about their company updates. The use of diagrams in various forms can also give a different type of approach in their communication. And as for the recommendation, overall website is pretty consistent with the appliance of CVIS. But IOI Group could be more efficient in distributing their information. They can update their website sections and also interface to make it simpler by analyzing first to find what information is the most frequently visited by the user and what people want to know. This information can be placed on the main page so that we all can have easier access to that information. Furthermore, categorizing the data on the website so that with a few clicks, the audience can reach to the intended section. Because we can see from the website that some of the information is quite hard to be accessed because we have to click on multiple section until we reach to the information or to the section that we are looking for.